Hey everyone, I'm Caroline McKee with Circa. The solar eclipse is only 4 days away, and there are lots of different ways people are preparing for the event. The total solar eclipse is going to affect a lot of things: solar panel resources, animals and birds, traffic. It could even affect your horoscope. That's right. Sun signs like Pisces, Sagittarius, and the rest of them could be affected by the eclipse. Today in our studio, we have Randy Goldberg, an astrologist based here in DC, who wrote up some horoscope forecasts so that we can see what we can expect during the eclipse. So how are you doing today, Randy?
Doing great, yeah. I'm a professional astrologer, and it's wonderful to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So to start off, let me just ask you, so how do you come up with a forecast?
Well, basically we're looking at the time of the person's birth, so we get their date, time, and place of birth. And these days computers will calculate all where the planets are when they were born. And so it's as if you had a camera and you took a picture. So we see the placement, and then we look at the mythological symbolism and how those energies flow in your psyche.
All right, very interesting. So to start off with, let's go ahead and tell people what maybe they can expect based off of their sun sign. So okay. For Aries, what can they expect?
Well, for Aries, it's really your time to shine. Your charisma is at its height, and others are looking to you for leadership. But don't try to force anything. Go with the flow. There'll be some frustrations, delays, and just accept things as they're coming. But you're going to feel a rush of energy with this eclipse, and just use it to see how you can be of service in the world.
All right, and then what about Taurus?
Well, for Taurus, you feel a bit pinned in by work, family situations, and it's causing you to feel restless. You're daydreaming, but there's new opportunities that are opening up. Eclipse is bringing chapters. So just maybe watch out. You don't want the wrong thing, because your passions are kind of heated up. You're open and honest communication with your loved ones. That's really going to be the surest way to get to their heart. And just have the courage, do some soul searching, and see what it is you really want. It's kind of clean up time, and be ready to go out there and just let go of what no longer serves you in your life.
All right, and what about Gemini?
Well, with Geminis, they're really feeling pushed up against the wall, and it's like, don't tear your hair out. You don't have to be perfect. Don't do more than you can do. Take some time to check in and meditate, connect with your soul, and see what you really want. Have some fun time with friends, and it's a time when old friends and lovers might come back in your life, and it's a good time to forgive, repair broken bridges, and reconnect, and that kind of thing will be good for them. All
right. And then what about Cancer? What can they expect?
Sensitive Cancers. Well, things are getting intense. There's all this speeding up and the activity and pressure. So just step back and let go of control. You're feeling judged, and you can be your own worst critic. And if you just stay focused, do your best, just let go, just trust in the universe, and that would be key. Soon things are going to calm down, and you're going to see where this eclipse brings you.
All right. And so, Randy, tell me a little bit, how did you get into astrology?
Well, I studied yoga and meditation, and I was just very much a seeker and wanted knowledge, and found that astrology was a valuable tool for learning about myself, and studied it and saw that I could help others explore themselves with that tool.
Very neat. So what is the best way that you've been able to apply astrology? How can we apply astrology in our lives?
Well, it just gives guidance and self-awareness that it's kind of like tuning into the signs of the times. And just as there are weather forecasts, there's also kind of energy forecasts. And it's basically on the principle that we live in a world and universe that is alive, filled with meaning, and trying to communicate with us. And so it's about opening up to the bigger picture of things.
Yeah, it's very cool. So back to the signs, what can Leos expect?
Well, for Leos, their minds right now are filled with clutter. It's time to simplify, focus on what's important. There's kind of romance in the air, but don't be too hard on your loved ones. Be sure to ask for what you want and set good boundaries. Don't wear rose-colored glasses. But with this eclipse, you're going to feel a boost of energy. So you just use it well, step up to the plate, be on your best game, and things are going to go great.
All right, and Virgo?
Virgos, they're also feeling pushed to the limit, and it's just like they're about to break. So luckily there's a big shift coming with this eclipse, and they're just going to be able to realize their heart's desire. It's just going to be opening. Miracles are going to be showing up, and it's time to just ride that wave, be the surfer king and queen. Just quit struggling. It's really time for them to strive. It's really going to be nice, and they can just manifest what they want in the world.
All right, and what about our Libra friends out there?
For the Libra, it's time to waken up your inner wisdom. Get out there and make a difference. What is hidden is being brought to light. So just use your intuition and follow what interests you. There's changes on the horizon, and it's time to figure out who you are, what you want to share with the world. So just expect the unexpected and be open to that.
All right, and what about Scorpio?
Scorpios, well, they just need to, it's time to get off the pot and make a difference. The eclipse is lighting a fuse, and it's like going to blow for them. It's going to be exhilarating. This is a turning point. And now, when they embrace this change, they can create the life that they want. So they should just visualize each step and just go into that life that is there waiting for them.
All right. And so then looking at all of these forecasts, what does the eclipse actually do for them? What can that do? Is that kind of like a reset, or what is the eclipse?
Well, absolutely. Eclipse is kind of a marker point in time, and the whole world, and particularly here in America, since it crosses the country, everyone's focused, and we're actually going to be, people are going to stop and go out, and the whole world is going to focus on this cosmic phenomena of the universe. So it's a vortex point. It's like there's going to be the before and after, and we're all going to be opening up to these new energies. So it's pretty exciting.
So with opening up to new energy, can the eclipse act as kind of, you said, like a reset button?
Oh, absolutely, and a point of change. It's for a lot of people, particularly this is happening at 29 degrees of Leo, and so depending, we have 10 planets, and depending on your chart, for some people it's going to be big change that happens.
All right, very cool. Well, so what else goes into this? So what can Sagittarius expect?
Well, with Sagittarius, life is full of adventure right now, and so just jump into it. Make sure your camel's tied and your ducks are in a row, and it's summer, have a great time, go out and enjoy it. Just hold on for the ride of your life. Throw your fates to the wind and take a chance. You'll be glad that you did.
All right, in Capricorn?
Well, with Capricorn, what they have to look forward to, they've been working on these goals, and now they just have to kind of watch out what they ask for, because they can make a long-term plan now, and they should just strike while the fire's hot. This is a really precious time. They're on a roll. Just use this energy to make big changes and to let go of those obstacles that they had, and they're going to feel the wind in their sails. So
all right,
for them.
Very cool. And what about Aquarius?
Well, with Aquarius, expect psychic fireworks. There's big changes at hand, and you're really playing for keeps. Being tapped into your inner guidance is the only way out. It's a time for action and courage. But luckily, they're connected like never before. These energies are really accessible, so you get used to this new normal. You're not alone or helpless. The forces that guide the stars guide you also.
All right, and then I think we saved the best for last, because I'm a Pisces.
Oh,
what can we expect?
Pisces.
What can my fellow
Pisces
expect?
Well, with Pisces, you're almost like a crab that had its shell ripped off. You're being very vulnerable, and just need to give yourself self-love and care. It's time for inner child healing work, and this eclipse is kind of a wake-up call, and it will give you the strength to face personal shadow issues and just surrender those things that you can't change. Love's the answer. It's the really deepest healing force that there is. So.
All right, and so what can people know? How can we apply our horoscopes to our lives?
Well, seeing how these different energies are affecting us, and just learning to work with them and having greater awareness of this is why I might be pulled in one direction, and so it's really all about awareness. One amazing thing, Trump has his ascendant right at that eclipse degree of 29 degrees Leo where this is happening, and they say the king dies and a new prince is born. We're expecting, astrologers all over, really expecting this to have a big impact on his chart, so it's going to be interesting to see. He's kind of alone and isolated, and so hopefully he won't feel impulsed to have a distractionary war with Korea and stuff, but there's a danger of his health, particularly his mental health. He's really going to be stressed, and possibly a lot of times leaders fall during eclipses, so there's that potential.
Okay, and so also looking at the sun phenomenon, like what other kind of events can we expect to happen now that the eclipse is crossing our path?
Well, just it's a great time for everyone to see, does astrology work? Because you're going to notice time is speeding up. Things are intense, and all around you, people are going through some really big changes, and it's just depending on how much it influences your chart, it's going to be, you're going to look back and say, wow, this is a time I remember, and it was like before that and then after. And it's a moment in history, too. It pertains to the shadows, an eclipse, something is hidden. So it's a time to do personal and collective shadow work, heal things that have been hidden, that now we can bring a new understanding, a new awareness to them.
Very nice. So moving forward, is there anything else that we should know about astrology, about the eclipse coming up, or about our star signs in general?
Yeah, well, just take this opportunity if you have a chance to be there. I mean, the skies, people say they have life-changing experiences when they actually are in the path of totality, so take that chance. It's the first time since 1918 that it's going all the way across the country of America, from one coast to another, and at that time there was the Spanish influenza, so this could have a big impact. It's a time for America to wake up and move in a new direction, and it's exciting.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We have been talking about horoscopes with the upcoming eclipse with Randy, so thank you for joining us. You can check out more eclipse coverage coming up on Circa.com. And for Circa, I'm Caroline McKee.